like, oh yeah, you gonna hop? You gonna hop? Go ahead, hop right now. And I don't know why, like, the police must think I'm pussy or something. Like, I'm hopping over it. Gangster, they must think I'm pussy. No, I'm hopping over. Hop at the stop and they wait for mad long. Run, just run, get out of there, run, book it. Don't even wait.
Can get it,
DPO dripping back at it again with another
ride, I'm never in cages. Fuck all these people, I travel to places. Reaching the top and I hop in the spaceship. Get to the green, bitch, don't think that I'm racist. Niggas know that I'm gon' be the greatest. Smarter than niggas can see in their faces. And sorry rapper without the blue faces. We live together, life wouldn't be dangerous. Pray for myself, that's why I am so holy. Shake off these niggas, don't think that I'm Kobe. Shoot out on niggas, they call me Ginobili. Showing them my city, yeah, niggas phony. Take away value, you're not gonna hate. Saying
What it do, Drippy Gang? It's your boy DPO Drippy, aka Lil 2 Drippy. Back at it again with another bow movie. And in today's video, you feel me? I'm doing a, you can tell by the title, I'm doing a New York City transportation problem edition. You feel me? I'm not the originator. This was inspired by Fano for me, but for some of y'all that don't know, that's new to me. I'm from the Bronx, New York, Hunts Point, you feel me? And I'm gonna be talking about the problems of transportation, like buses, trains, city bikes. I ain't hear that mentioned. That's a problem in New York. And that's it. But if you new, make sure you subscribe, like this video, especially subscribe, cause y'all really be dating like, yo, subscribe. Alright, so boom, yeah. The first one is when the handicapped person comes on the buses. That's not a problem for me in general, but for other people, that's a problem because, like, right? For some of you that don't know, right? When the bus comes, right, and the handicapped person in the wheelchair needs to get on the bus, it takes forever. Like, it takes the longest. Like, I'm talking like, it's not a couple of minutes. It's like 5 to 10 minutes that you have to wait. And for some of the other people, they're like rushing, like they gotta get to some place, like especially like the people that work in the morning and stuff. They need to get to their jobs quick. They can't be late. Then the kids, they gotta go to school, you feel me? And then it's just that one, like, no disrespect to the people in the wheelchair, the handicapped people. They just trying to get on the bus, and feel me? It's taking up all their time. I don't have a problem with it. I see other people that was on the bus really like, yo, like they were crying. Like, I remember one time I was in the back of the bus, right? And I'm sitting down and some lady, she comes on with the wheelchair, so it's taken up, and this other lady in the back, she's like this. Oh my God, another day. Gotta wait for, like, I'm gonna be late to my job. So everybody's just like, it's like basically like when they coming on the bus, they're like, like you just hear that deep breath, like, you know, that disrespectful deep breath there. And I be thinking like, dang, like y'all violating, why y'all being grimy like that? Like respectfully, I don't see nothing wrong with it, but respectfully, other people, they see something wrong with it. I don't know why, but it's probably because they be taking up almost the whole time, and then the people in the front, when they come on, the people in the wheelchair, they have to give up the front seat on the side, so they have to give up their seat, for me. I don't know, that's a problem, and that's one of the problems, for me. That's one of the big problems that people get mad at when the handicapped person comes in. Like, they just get tight, like, they be wanting to,
get some help.
Get it, like, that's messed up, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so right, hopping on the train for me is worse than hopping on the bus, in my opinion. But I'm gonna talk about hopping on the train first, right? So when you hop on the train, like, it's low-key type hard because, yo, the ops is always there. Like, the police is always, like, not always, but half the time or most of the time, they always like at the thing watching to see who's gonna hop. Like, oh yeah, you gonna hop? You gonna hop? Go ahead, hop right now. And I don't know why, like, the police must think I'm pussy or something. Like, I'm hopping over it. Gangster, they must think I'm pussy. No, I'm hopping over. But yeah, it's like, I think you do more time if you hop on the, like, I know that, like, when the cops catch you, like, let me tell you something. You hop over that train and you riding, right? And you see that the trains stop at the stop and they wait for mad long. Run. Just run. Run. Get out of there and run. Book it. Don't even wait for the cops, because the cops is gonna come on the train, right? And they gonna look for you because they got your face through on the cameras or whatever. Because the people inside the train, they got like this box thing where the MTA person sits in. I'm gonna put a picture somewhere around here. But they remember your face for me and the cameras. They send it to the cops, I think. I don't know. And basically, when the train stops and the cop comes in, half of the time they looking for that person that hopped the train, but half of the time they just patrolling to see what's going on. But I'm telling you, run, get out of there, book it on them for me. But hopping on the train, I feel like the MTA, right? They should let train ride and bus rides be like free, cause like, who's paying? Like they. I don't know how much it is, right? But the price for a Metro card is a lot of money, and who wants to pay that price every week when it expires? Like, nobody wants to do that, so they hop the train. Half of the time, like me and my boy P Money Baller, shout out to him, subscribe to his YouTube channel. Feel me? We was hopping the trains and we really used them, feel me? But half of the time we didn't use trains. But I'm just be on thick. Like, they really like look for you when you hop the trains. Like, people on, but right when you hop the bus, right? When you hop the bus, the most I think the police would do is give you a fine. But if you hop the train, you get locked up, I think. Like, they take you to the precinct and everything, I think. But when you get locked up, I mean, when you hop on the bus, the most, right? Boom. Look, this one put it to you like this, right? Bam. Bam. The bus just stopped, right? To let the people off. It's a back door. As soon as the back door opens, get inside. Feel me? If you see a man, right, with a hat, a jacket, and he don't look like a regular New York person, like he dressed up like an op, the next stop, you about to get taken out. They about to take you out, give you a fine, then you better just walk home, because the next time you do it, I don't think you getting a fine. You getting locked up. And I ain't gonna lie, when like half the time, like, I be asking the bus driver, like, yo, you can let me on, please? Like, they be thinking I'm 18 or something. I be like, oh, I'm 15, you can let me on, please? They be like, half of them is nice. If it's a good day, they gonna speak it. Yeah, feel me? Go ahead, you valid. But yo, I remember this one time, there was this one bus driver. Every time me and my dad were asked to get on the bus, bro, he will always be like, go. Oh, you again. You asking me, go. Like, what you gotta have an attitude for? Like, if you know it's us again, just, yo, let us slide, keep letting us slide. But he always had a problem. So, like, most of the times when it was him, we would just be like, oh, nah, we not gonna ride that bus. We gonna wait for the next bus. For me, that's a problem. Hopping the trains and hopping the bus. Like, yo, you hop the train, you might get locked up. You hop the bus, you get in the fine and you gotta walk home. For me, the bus and train rides be free. Like, the New York people, we not paying. We hopping 2020 or 2020, 21. Every year we hopping it. Y'all not getting bread like that. Yo, comment down if you live in New York or ever lived in New York and was raised there. You already know. You already know this is like top 3, number 1 biggest problem, bro. Like the rats roaming on the trains, bro. Oh my. So right, look, in the clip I'm about to show you, these is what the rats be doing around in New York City. Now you see that, right? You see how the rats be roaming around in the city, like, it is really a problem. Like, New York got the most rats, and I feel like in the whole wide world without a question. And yo, the rats in New York, like, they real life gangster. They do not care what goes on. Like, they be crawling around the people. Especially when I don't know what the crackheads be doing, but when they sleep, the rats be on them crazy, yo. The rats be on the crackheads. Yo, these dogs is barking, they getting tight. Nah, but the rats be on the crackheads crazy, roaming through their body like a snake. Nah, but yo, the rats roaming around for me, that's a real problem in New York City. I feel like they should, like, MTA should start cleaning your trains and stuff. Like, clean the tunnels, especially the tunnels. That's where the rats be at 25/8, bro. Like I remember one time, right? Boom, it was when my son LeBron, for me, cooked the Warriors 3-1 lead, right? And I'm waiting for the train. I think it's the 6th train. And I'm waiting for it, right? That's when he said 20 minutes, right? So boom, we waiting. I'm mad tired. I'm like standing up, and there's mad rats roaming around the tracks, the trains, and all that. I'm telling you, they live on the tracks and the tunnels, bro. Like, they really don't care what goes on in the city. Boom, you could walk in the train station, right? A rat would just come walk, like, it would go past you. Or what so happens, the rat could walk up to you, stare at you in your face like this. And if you don't do nothing, it's just gonna stare at you or probably run up your body. You gotta try to fight at it or something, you feel me? Like, I'll be like, dang, these rats is gangster. They do not care what goes on in the city, respectfully. I ain't gonna lie, yo, New York City is like like, I love our slang. You know why I love our slang? Cause we could make, how we make respectfully turn into disrespectfully. Like, I love our slang. Like, I love our city. Like, my city, we really, like, the way we got coming up with the YouTubes and stuff is crazy for me. Like I said, the rats roaming around in the trains, they need to clean that up. They need to fix that. I'm sick and tired of seeing the rats, especially, like, in the streets, too. Like, the rats do not care what go on. Like, it's crazy, you feel me? Alright, so city bikes, right? For some of y'all that don't know, this is a city bike. And if you got me on Snap, feel me, add me on Snap, J Money the God for. If you got me on Snap, you can see that I ride the city bikes a lot. A city bike could get you anywhere in New York City you want. You literally could go anywhere, like to Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens, to the Bronx if you're not from the Bronx, or fuck Staten Island, Harlem. So a problem with city bike is that, like, you normally have to pay for a city bike. A city bike costs like 15 cash. Like, it's too much for a bike. And the thing is, when you pay for the bike, it puts like a time limit that you got to ride the bike. So, right, this is a problem about it. That's a problem. I don't think you should pay for a bike. At least 15, like, come on, that's too much. I'm not paying for that. So, city bikes, if you from New York City or lived in New York City, like I said, these city bikes, you could find them anywhere. You can find them anywhere, laying around in the streets, projects, parks, and they basically, if you think the people pay for them, they do not pay for them. I'm telling you, they gotta pop the city bikes out of the place they're in, where you normally get the city bike. 2, they gotta steal the city bike from somebody because they left it somewhere unsupervised. Like, they wasn't watching it. That's where they could get the city bike from. Or 3, they normally leave it in the buildings when they go to sleep if they don't put it inside their crib. So people end up taking it because they look around, right? Because I ain't gonna lie, me and my boy P Money Baller and YC, like I said, go subscribe to him, you feel me? Shit, man. And then my boy Saint the Dawn, feel me? Out of this whole summer, we found like 40 to 50 city bikes, I promise you. 40 to 50 city bikes around the city, for me. And they just be laying around anywhere. And basically, like, they could cause problems. Like, I've seen city bikes cause beef with another person. Like, yo, let me tell you something. It happened to me, right? So, me and Peter, we had a city. We both had city bikes, right? Because we used it to travel to 42nd and go anywhere. So me and Peter had a city bike, right? And when we leaving, when we was like splitting up from each other, because we live right by each other. Like he lived up the block from me. So when we're leaving, right? This dude, he's walking up the block. Tell him to do. He walking up the block. He an old head, mind you. He's popped. He's drunk out of his mata. And he's like, yo, Lil, that's my name. Yo, Lil March. That's what they call me, right? I'm like, yeah, what? He like, yo, why you stealing my bike? So in my head, I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, he's joking around, like he's popped out his mind, he's drunk. So I'm laughing. He like, so he came, right? And he took the bike from me. I'm like, he an old head. And he had somebody, well, I'm like, nah. He took the bike and he said, don't steal my bike. Next time you come around, you steal my bike, it's gonna be a problem. I'm like, yeah, whatever. So mind you, this was gonna start something with me and my friend. I told him, I'm like, yo, he took my bike, like, you bugging, you better go get my bike, right? Peter's like, nah, he's bugging. That's not even his bike. Now watch. We got something for him. I would really go over there and pop him. I'm like, chill, Peter. Not right now. It's only us two. They got mad people down the block. So Peter, like, I go home, right? Feel me? It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. Peter like, yo, I got the bike, bro. I'm like, you got the bike? Say word. He's like, yeah, bro. I went, switched it to an electric bike that was already broken, and I took it. So he got the bike, and I'm like, yo, like, these bikes really cause beef. Like, if you steal somebody else's city bike, they gonna come at your head. I'm telling you, like, and then they'll be like, this your bike? I bet, let me check it out real quick. So then, right, when they check out your city bike, mind you, they put like stickers on a city bike, or they like change the color of it so they know what's their city bike. Or if you smart enough, right, if you have a city bike and you stole it for somebody, before you go to the area where you stole it from, look at the code. City bikes, they have a code that the bike is, like, they have a number code for the bike. And if you say that to them, they'll be like, oh, where's your bike? But in my head, I don't, like, who's really gonna, like, remember that? If I'm the other dude, I'm gonna be like, yo, that's bull, stop capping. You just looked at it. That's what I'm gonna think about it. But like, I've really seen city bikes start beef with mad people, and people almost fought over city bikes. So, right? Moral of this problem is that city bikes just start beef. Like, it end up getting your mata split. You end up getting right shooting the 30s over a bike that, like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm one of them. Like, I would really, like, go ham for myself. Yo, leave my city bike right here. Yo, you better come back. You better go to the store and bring my city bike back. I'm not playing. I'm telling you, like, I really used to start problems over city bike, but I'm not the only one. Because city bikes really, like, niggas really be stingy with their city bikes. They really cause problems. I'm not gonna lie to you. For me. So from the crackheads in New York, like, they really be on demon time. Like, they be shooting up. They mata be busting. Like, they be on the whole. They be on Mars. They not from Earth. They Mars, Jupiter, Venus, or whatever. That's where they from. The crackheads, right, on the trains, they will literally, like, sleep on the chairs. They'll sleep on the chairs. They will sleep on you. Like, they'll lay their hand on you like this. They don't care. They'll use you as a pillow. I'm telling you, the crackheads is the most known thing on the trains. Then the crackheads on the buses and the trains, right? They be so dumb and zooted. Like, they will try to, like, some of them, they will try to cause a problem with you. And they will talk to you, like, if you did something to them, but you didn't do nothing to them. They will talk about their life and blame their life on you, bro. I'm telling you, like, I seen it before. I used to be like, this bitch is dumb. Like, for me, but the most known place of crackheads in New York is Harlem, 3rd Ave, 125th. Basically Harlem. Yeah. They, like, yo, there was a crackhead in Harlem. He was walking down like this.
And something evil's lurking in the dark.
He like, yo, and then the crackheads in the train, bro, they be like, they just, and they be like this. You got a dollar? You got a dollar, homie? You hold a dollar, please? Like, yo, they be going over, they be busting their mouth out, and like I said, they'll blame their problems that probably happened back then to them, or something that happened in the day. They'll blame it on you, and you like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, what's up? You wanna get right? I'm telling you, you see a crackhead next to you, hop off the train and just wait for the next train to come, or just move somewhere else. Like, don't stay next to them. But I'm telling you, they be on demon time. I'm not going wrong. They don't care what be going on, to be honest. Alright, so getting light means dancing like the Harlem Shake in New York. You feel me? Get sturdy. Get sturdy. Get sturdy. Get sturdy. Get sturdy. I don't get light like that. I'm not gonna lie. But right on the trains, the people be getting light. There's people that try to make money off of this. Like, I don't see nothing wrong with it. It's a hustle, but some people they do the most. They will drag it. Like, they will, like, if you could have, like, if you're having a bad day and you see these people, just, you better hope you have a phone and you put your headphones in, because they're gonna be so loud on the train station. They're gonna dance. They're gonna come in front of you. They're gonna go on the pole. Like, you could be sitting down in the chairs in the train inside, and he's gonna grab the pole and they're gonna do some tricks, and you could just be sitting there. You like, yo, what's up with you? I'm right here. You bugging out. They don't care what goes on in the like. They don't care if you're having a bad day. If you sitting down, they're gonna ruin your privacy. They're gonna do their little routine on the train. They don't care how you feeling, what's going on your day. Your girl broke up with you. Too bad. I'm still doing my dancing. And the problem is, some of them don't even be making money, and some of them be looking a fool. Like, yo, there was these two people that was getting light on the train, right? It was getting light. He went to his man's. His man's went to, like, go make him do like a flip, and as soon as he did that, he hit his head on the top of the train. He hit his head on the top of the train ceiling. I was crying. Like, I'm telling you, like, some of them don't even be making bread off of it. The most they probably make is like 10 or 15 or 20 cash. Not even, less than that. Some of them don't even come out with money, but it's a hustle for them, and they just want to show it off to people. The people that get light, if you get light on the train and I'm there, I'm not gonna lie, if I'm having a bad day, I'm gonna have to tell you, like, yo, bro, you wildin' out. You're not about to come to me like that. Like, yo, move back, pipe down. I'm gonna have to tell them, but they don't care what's going on. They gonna do their little routine, their little dance. And while you sitting there stressed like this, and he's over there in your face like this, hey, he don't. What's going on? Like, he's gonna do it in your face. Simple as that. Like, yo, if you get light on the train, please stop it. Ask people if they're having a bad day before you do it. If they're having a bad day, don't even do it. Please stop it. Alright, so the buses and the trains, sometimes they have delays on certain times. And basically, I'm gonna talk about the buses, because when the bus has delays, it gets me mad. I'm not gonna lie. It's not even a delay. This is what it is, right? So the 11 bus. I'm gonna use the 11 bus because I use that bus a lot to go to 170 to go to HP. So I could be waiting for the 11 bus, right? And when the 11 bus is coming, you see far away, you like, yes, the 11 bus is coming. Let's go. The 11 bus is right there. I'm about to go home, eat swell. I'm about to take a nap, play 2K, right? boom, the bus comes a little bit closer where you can see it, right? So when it comes a little bit closer where you can see it, you look, you like, no way. And you come to find out that it's not in service. That's the worst pain you could feel, especially if you're tired, you just want to go home, or even when you want to go to work, or you need to go to school. For me, that's the worst pain. You see the bus is not in service. Basically, that means that bus is not running right now. You gotta wait for the next bus that's coming. Or usually the not in service bus, it's like the bus driver is basically on his I can't talk. The bus driver, he's basically on his break, and he's probably gonna make the route around after this break, and then he's gonna pick the people up at the first stop and then come towards your stop. That's what it basically means. But it's annoying because you just want to go home. You're not thinking about nothing. And if you see a not in service bus, it's the worst pain. You like, I ain't gonna lie, like, yo, the 35 bus, like, I don't know why, but that bus it never runs. I remember Peter had a city bike, and he only had one city bike, and I thought the bus was coming, and it was a not in service bus. I was tight. This man Peter gonna make me walk with him all the way to 166th or 167th. One of those. I was tight, bro. I was tight. He had me walk, like, and he was on the bike, bro. And that bus did not come. All of them was not in service. I'm like, yo, it's no way. It's no way all these buses not in service. But when the train is on delay, to be honest, the train is more like, the train takes longer because you can be on a train and the train will just stop. And you gotta wait. You have to wait. And it takes the most. It could take like 10 minutes. Because it might be another train in front of it, or something might have happened on the other stop. So you have to wait for all that situated. And the train driver, he gets notified. And it's the worst thing. Especially when there's no AC in the train. It's mad. How you like, oh, I just meal. Oh, carajo. Man, you sweating bullets. You like, oh my God. That could be the worst thing for me. Or you never know when your girl got the free and you trying to slide at her crib. You trying to get in there. You find out the train stopped and you gotta wait there for mad long and shit. You up like, babe, go home. Shit, you up like, babe, go home. My parents is home. And you like, TTV, no, I don't trust me. TTV, no, I don't trust me. That's the worst for a express train. You find out your train is on express. Oh my God. If you on the train stop, right, and you waiting for the train to come, and you find out it's express and it's passing you, you probably gonna be mad. But half of the time where you at, it's gonna pick you up and then you're gonna go on the express. That's basically it for me. But sometimes when it's on delay, that's like basically what I said. You're in the train and it stops and you gotta wait. Or when you are on the train station stop and you have to wait for the train to come, but it's on delay. And sometimes when you read the thing where it tells you how long the train is coming, it'd be like 20 minutes, 24 minutes, 30 minutes. Like, I'm not 24 to 30 minutes. I can go outside, feel me, get me something to drink, get me something to eat. Oh, hold on, yeah. Feel me, play a game real quick. Oh, Kobe, feel me, and then I come back. It's probably 10 minutes. Oh, let me get something else to eat. For me, that's a problem. That's the worst. That could be your worst day probably. For me, shit, man. Alright, Drippy Gang, that's the last problem. You feel me? Out of all of these problems, which one y'all think is the worst? If you from New York City and was raised there, which one you feel like is the worst? And if you not there, which one sounds the worst to you? But if you want me to do more New York City problems, comment down if y'all want me to do more, and comment down which ones y'all want me to see, which ones y'all want me to do. And like, subscribe, yeah, especially subscribe for me. Give me the full 100, roll to 1K subscribers, and we out.
Too many niggas dying in my city. When I wake up, gotta pray. Told my mama I'ma make it, so I gotta find a way. And I'm so worried about this bag. I can't bet no bitches.